Welcome to 11 Things Stretch. My name is Alex Schneider, along with my co-host and friend.
I am Paul Eppy. Good to see you.
I am back for a preview. Finally, we shot a podcast last night, and then now I'm back for a preview. And I already got one absence. Can't have too many more. You'll drop me from this thing. So,
well, the thing is that I wouldn't have anybody to replace you because you're irreplaceable. So, I mean.
Oh well, thanks,
right.
Paul. I appreciate it.
No problem.
So we're here. We're going to do a wrap-up of the Dodgers and a preview of the Rockies come to town. The only thing I have from the wrap-up is, we talked about it a little last night in the podcast. Go check that out. We got a little more in-depth than that. But Lee gets another W. Got it last night. He's now 2-3. That record's not looking too bad now. Definitely could be better. ERAs, I think, is a little higher up there than what it should be, but he's finally starting to pitch, which is really nice to see.
Yep, you're exactly right. I'm going to get into his stats. He's actually my player to watch. He's not pitching against the Rockies, but he is my player to watch going forward. So, yeah, I'll get into his stats a little later on. But overall, yeah, 4-2 on the road trip. Can't complain about that.
Yeah. So the starting pitchers you have for your Rockies, if you are a Rockies fan out there, is Chad Bettis, Chris Rusin, and John Gray. I believe that's how you say his last name. I don't really know.
I believe you're right, yeah.
I've never heard of any of these people, so that's the best I got.
For the Cardinals, assuming you're a Cardinals fan, which is probably why you're watching this video, it'll be Jaime Garcia, Adam Wainwright, and Michael Wacha.
Potentially a good three starters right there.
Absolutely.
A potential awesome start. I actually like seeing Jaime Garcia in that fit because right now he's in the fifth starter spot because they moved Carlos Martinez back. But if you can have series like Jaime Garcia, Wainwright, and then Wacha, oh man, that's deadly combo. That's crazy. Who's hot for the Rockies? I haven't looked. I honestly just got up, a little scruffy on the face. But if I had to guess, Nolan Arenado's always hot, and we all know Trevor Story hits dingers or strikes out. So, I'm gonna go with Nolan Arenado because he can change the ball game in one swing real quick. So Nolan Arenado is my pick.
Yeah, he's the best third baseman in the league, in my opinion. For the Cardinals, like I said, Mike Leake. In his last two starts, he has a 14 innings pitched, 1.29 ERA, a 0.93 WHIP, only 2 earned runs and 8 strikeouts. So I wouldn't say he's hot, considering what we've seen so far this season, but he is definitely trending upward.
Who's not for the Rockies? It's like everyone. I just read off 3 pitchers. I had no idea. Basically your players that aren't. Their infield's fairly good. I don't know too much about their first baseman, but a lot of the team's not really hitting too well.
Isn't their first baseman Mark Reynolds?
It's either Mark Reynolds or Ben Paulson, whoever starts on a regular basis. But actually, Mark Reynolds, I watched a highlight a couple weeks ago, and he was actually raking pretty well. So, like I said, I don't dive too much into the Rockies. I don't dive too much into Major League Baseball, except for in the Cardinals, obviously. But, just look out for their core players, basically.
For the Cardinals, it'll be Aledmys Diaz's defense. We've talked about it in the podcast last night. It's been terrible recently, going through a lot of growing pains. But offensively, they're hitting okay. The entire team's hitting okay, but Aledmys Diaz's defense is something to watch out for on the negative end of things.
Injuries for the Rockies. The only one that brings to mind is not really an injury; it's more of a suspension. Is Jose Reyes is suspended until the 31st due to domestic violence issue. That's the only big one I can think of.
Yeah, for the Cardinals, they're relatively healthy, with the exception of Seth Maness got injured over the past weekend with some elbow issues. No word on how long he'll be out, but you have to think, given the way he's been pitching so far this season, which isn't very good, he'll have to make some rehab appearances over at AAA and get his stuff back on track.
Let's just hope that it's not Tommy John surgery. That would really suck. He's a main core in the bullpen. So prediction. Thank you. The prediction I have for this series, I'm actually going to go with a Cardinal sweep, to be honest with you. I think the pitching that they're rolling out, I believe the pitching that they're rolling out is going to be really good. I think Wainwright's got his stuff back. He's not playing a really top 10 team at all. I'm going to go with a clean sweep of the Rockies.
I was going to say the same thing, so I'll say a sweep as well. The Rockies aren't that great. They can hit really well when they're at Coors Field because of the altitude, but they're not in Coors Field. They're in St. Louis. We don't have altitude here. So I think they'll score some runs, but I don't like their pitching. I've never liked their pitching. So I'm going to go Cardinals clean sweep as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I got. To be honest, I mean, except for they do have some bats in their lineup that can actually hit in other ballparks. Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, and Carlos Gonzalez. But I mean, besides that, not really. But that's all I got. I kind of want to hint at the next podcast just a little bit. I kind of want to get your ranking of the top players at each position. So I'll give you a week to kind of put that list together. I'm going to do it as well.
Okay.
You said that Nolan Arenado is the best third baseman in the game, and that kind of got me thinking about doing that. People have different ideas about that. So get that list together. We'll just go over it kind of briefly, give some background on each of the players. I love doing those. It just makes it fun. It shows your personal side of what's
it covers the whole league too.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have friends that aren't Cardinals fans, tell them to tune into the podcast. But this is it for 11th Inning Stretch. My name is Alex Schneider.
And I'm Paul Eppy. Good to see you again. See you next week, or see you this weekend, rather.
Yeah, and we'll see you later on this week. You guys have a good day.